Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to Banished. Now, as you saw from the last episode, I really like Banished. It's a very good strategy game that tests you and pushes you. So, right, last time we built our small gatherer's hut, we got our forestry in, we got our hunter in, we got our woodcutter in, we've just placed down a field, some houses, a fishery. We are doing quite well, so let's take a look at the stats. We have plenty of people in each job that we have available. I do believe we've pre-planned our tailor and our blacksmith, so they are being built as we speak. Now the best thing with Banished is you do not have to rush, you can take your time, slow down. This is where people go wrong. They try and build a huge city in 10 minutes and it does not work. You have to slowly grow yourself into the world. So let us have a look. I want to show you guys a few things about the game. As you can see, there is only 2 people living here, so that's not going to help. There you go. Right, we have our first child in this house that I can find. Probably not our first child. But, right, she is a 2-year-old. Rustis, or Roostis, whatever. Basically, when she gets to her age, she will become a worker for us and increase our workmen. Now, we hope that she will come of age quickly. I think it's around 10 years old, unless they go into education. Now, educated workers are better, obviously. But it's very hard to get into an educated state early because you don't have the population to control to keep the jobs going while you've got children learning, because they're in school longer than their working age. So we need to manage our population here because we don't want Rake and Nathalie getting to 60 years old and dying, retiring or whatever, not working anymore, and then not having someone to replace them. So like I said in the last episode, Banished is more of a population simulator. Oh, I keep saying that word. Banished is a population strategy game rather than a city builder. But let's have a look in the barn. We have plenty of fish, berries, leather, hide, tools. We've got 19 tools, so we're doing okay. Now what do we need left for our building? They're still removing wood. This one is ready all but stoned. Have we not got any stone in? Oh, we got stone in. I wonder why that's not being finished, or is it being finished? Right, so there's our fishery. Now we need to start thinking about longevity and wood. So I don't know which way to go with this. So let's have a look at what options we've got. Building wise, I do believe our well's finished. We did put a well there. Yes, we did. So schoolhouse, again, I don't think we've got the population to really dive into straight away. Hospital, town hall, chapel, graveyard, and food wise, orchard. Now an orchard is quite an easy one, to be honest, because it's planted once and grows constantly. So let's get ourselves a little orchard there. We do have a spare worker that we could throw onto this field. So farmers will increase this to 3. Oh, actually no, we won't need to, will we? No, we won't, because obviously because it's winter, our harvest is done. We should have enough food to get us through winter. We've got 3,000 of food. We have a population of 13 adults and 6 children. That could get quite tight actually. But do we have other things? Berries, fish, potatoes. We should be alright actually. I haven't seen the trader's boat come in yet, so we need to keep an eye on for the trader's boats. By the way, if you ever build a city, make sure you build on a river route, because if you were to build, say, here and fish from here, 1, you're gonna have no fish left, and 2, the trader's boat won't be able to reach you unless, I suppose, you can build a trading bay over here and blah blah blah. So you can also build a tavern, which isn't really important, a mine and a quarry. We don't have the workers for. So let's have a look how we're doing on the. Well, we've only got 17 wood, which isn't good. We do have plenty of stored firewood. I want to grow, but I want to be very careful about how I grow. So how are we looking? I think think we could build, because basically I call these nodes myself. They're like areas set out by the game that I like to grow from. So I'm thinking about setting up a second one here, another gatherer's hut, another hunter's hut, and another forester's hut, along with some houses, and have 2 sections of these, almost side by side but not overlapping. So we'll head for that, but I don't really want to head for that until these buildings are done. They're not far off. Do we select it about? Yeah, we've got a blacksmith and we've got a tailor. These are being built now, so I'm not entirely in a rush. Now this is the thing with these city builders, guys. If you want to do them right, you don't rush, because you'll suddenly have everyone die. Not just on this game, on most city builders, they're designed for you to slowly grow. So when you see someone go, oh, I'm going to build 6,000 houses, but you haven't got 6,000 people to live in them, you've just wasted all your resources. You're wasting your time. So, how is that blacksmith coming along? What should we go for? We're going to go for peaches here in the orchard, and I'm going to switch around this to squash. I do try to switch my yield every year on my farming patches, because I haven't actually looked into whether there is a growth rate or whether it's worth swapping, but I would say a game like Banished is, so I'll have to look that up. I'll let you know in the next video. But there we go. Now there is a blacksmith. Now he will constantly use make iron tools, which will require logs and iron. Now the problem we've got is we don't have a hell of a lot of wood. In fact, we have no raw wood, so we're gonna have to start thinking about cutting trees down. Okay, so yes, we're gonna have to remove some trees. So what I'm gonna do, because we're on early game, I do not advise this, by the way, unless you really know the game. Don't move vast areas of woodland. It will cripple you in the long run. Small areas, yes. 2 or 3 trees here and there, yes. But don't just go, right, well let's wipe out this whole forest. 1, your people will be too tired to do it. 2, you'll completely ruin your experience with your forestries. You'll run out of wood before you get a chance to grow trees. It will be an absolute nightmare. So, now this sign here means they don't have what they need to continue. So this guy doesn't have any wood to turn into firewood, and this guy doesn't have any iron or wood, whichever. Logs. He didn't have any logs, but he can now make us tools to the value of 50. We have how many in store? We have 13 in stock. So if you want to increase this, just click here and type in what you want, but I wouldn't advise it to them. You don't need more than 50 tools when you've only got 13 citizens, so that will do us nicely. Right, so the reserve of logs is low, yes we know. For those who, while we're waiting for this to finish, for those who have watched the channel and keep up with the channel, thanks for all the likes on the Car Mechanic, Banished one and the Truck Fest videos. I really enjoyed meeting up with Squirrel. I didn't put a full interview into the video because it was a long-ish conversation. There was bits in there that I didn't want in there because they were talking about what I was doing with this channel. So there was more with Squirrel, but that was the basis. Now what I am planning on doing is contacting Squirrel himself and asking if he wants to do a full interview. We'll probably do a Skype call. I can record it and we can have a chat. You guys can hear what we say. I'd really like to get to know Squirrel about his background, what kind of gaming, YouTubing, and just sort of really get to know him a bit better with regards to why he does what he does. Does he have any input for you guys about how you guys can get into it? Obviously, I'm still learning, so for me to give you this information is wrong. So, right, what's the problem here? Right, we do not have a workout, so there we go. And now we have a workout. We have a tailor, so now we will start to make clothes up to the limit of 50. And now I can start thinking about how we're going to sustainably grab wood. Now I'm thinking, if we've got this one growing wood, planting, and we turn this one to plant and grow, we should be able to keep a steady set of everything. So, resources, woodcutter, and don't want to overlap. That one's there, its level is there. We want to put it on here. Don't want to lose too much land in the water. So, there. Let's grab a path. There's our building. Ah, there's our building. Let's bring that path up to here. Right, now we want to do exactly the same. Along with our hut, we want a hunter's hut. Gatherer. And you will need some housing, otherwise these guys won't have anywhere. These are doing with stone. Have we got the stone? Yeah, we have. There's a hill. I didn't know there was a hill there, so that's going to set us back a little bit. That's fine. And also, I want to create a new stockpile, which I'm going to put in between the two. We have got a small stockpile here. I could do with shutting that one down actually. So if we open a large stockpile here, and I will get this one deleted. We'll do this after the building, because if we do this now, everyone's going to focus on shifting this, and it's going to cause us trouble. Oh, we're at a 5,000 food limit now. That is not great. Oh no, it's herbs, isn't it? Okay, so we can. What do we got here? Oh, log limit. Okay, no, we want more logs. So we're going to increase our logs to about 500, so we can keep in the stock. Yes, I've increased it. How many logs have we got in? Why are they telling me? Oh no, we ain't. There you go. There you go. Took a second to catch up with us. That can be closed. And then we'll have our second one down here. Now these little, as I call them, nodes are important for growth, because without them you basically won't get the wood, the firewood that you need to survive. Because until you can afford to build only brick housing, once you've got your quarry, you've got to be very, very careful through the winters, because there can be some very, very cold winters. So now I've got this, I've got a scope. I need to remove all of the stone and iron around this gap. So let's grab our resource. Iron, everything sort of here. There's a little bit there. And stone, again, because this could really affect our building area for trees. So there you go. There's plenty for those guys to get along on, with now. I'll speed up to 10, and we'll slowly watch this get put together by our builders. Now we've got 9 children, and we've got 13 adults. Now hopefully some of these children will soon become of age and start helping us grow. My aim for this is to reach 150 population for this series. If we can reach 150, then I may go into a hard series and see what we can do from there. Now we have our new forestry building here, but we don't have anyone to work in here because these children haven't come of age, but they should soon, I do believe. There we go. So we've got a 7-year-old, 5-year-old's got a little bit to go, another 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, 17, a 7-year-old. Okay, so we've got a few people who are due to become of age, so we will be able to split up our resources quite nicely. I don't mind these buildings are actually staying empty, because if they're empty, it doesn't really matter. Now, capacity is nearly full. Oh dear. Right, we need a new barn. Okay, right, so let's get a new barn built. Storage barn. I don't want them. Now, place your barns strategically. Don't place them next to another barn because it looks aesthetically pleasing. You need to place it where everybody can get a good location on, because you don't want someone on the left side of your city having to run 3 miles to go and get a loaf of bread or some fish, to run all the way back because they'll have ate it by the time they're and tired and worn out. So I'm going to place this one pretty much smack bang in the middle of all 3 of our nodes, our city node and our 2 gathering nodes. I'm going to change the priority on that because it is serious priority. That needs to be done like immediately. Come on, guys. So everyone will jump on that, because we don't want food sat around, because we can actually lose food because it's just sat on the floor. So we want to get that one done immediately. That is our main concern. Yes, I know it's close, but we'll do our best to get this sorted. How close is it now? Okay, right, it's at 99% full. So we really need this barn immediately. Now, while that's being built, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about Banished was mods. Banished has a ridiculous amount of mods to change the game, to add to the game, to increase items, resources, the way people work. Look at mods. I will do a few mods that I like. I do believe there's a mod in this game that I totally forgot to turn off. So there is a mod in my game, but I'm not using it. So take a look at the mods, guys. There are some brilliant mods out there that really, really will change your experience. There's our new barn. So that is 1% full. This one is 99. So they should start using this one more now. What I want to do is eventually get the gatherers to use this and get the fishermen to use this, because it is a short distance to travel, and again, that is what you need to focus on. Right, so we had anyone come of age yet? Right, we've got 2 people who've come of age, so I'm going to put one into here. So you can work over here, mate. And one into our hunter's cabin. That gives us 2 new workers. We've already got a gatherer over here, so and houses. So we need to also have a look at what route are they taking. Are these people living here? Oh my goodness, why on earth would you do that, you idiot? Okay, so that one's okay. But we've got 2 people who are coming from ridiculous. Ah, okay, now they've moved house. That must be a bug fix that they've done that I haven't seen, because before this would just drive you nuts. But that is good. It means everyone who lives here is close. No travelling, no problems. Awesome. Right. No, that shouldn't even be there now, because we dealt with the storage capacity nearly full again. Produced goods. That's tools and clothing. Where are they storing them? Let's have a look. Right, hide coach 36. Is it just this? Is it this one? Start using this one, guys. Can we split this somehow? Can we move it? Okay. Should be okay. Right, so we have our second node now built. Population has gone from 13 and 9 to 18 and 7, so another person has become of age. Right, so this is where the middle micromanagement starts coming now. You need to move your people so that you have enough people working in each area. Now, one of the biggest areas for me is fishing. We do need to make sure we're getting a good source of fish. So we're going to add another person into this, leaving us with 2 workers. Now, you can leave the 2 workers doing nothing, and what they'll do is gather. If you ask someone to remove all the stone, they'll go and remove stone, they'll go and do this and that. If someone needs logs at the blacksmith, for instance, they'll move the logs to the blacksmith, they'll move the logs to the woodcutter, and then when someone dies, they will automatically move into that job. Excuse me, guys. So, as I said, guys, take your time, don't rush into the game, let the game lead you. There's no point rushing, because you will not be able to feed the amount of people that you could physically. If I dropped enough housing down, they would fill up in minutes, and we wouldn't have enough food or anything, and it would just be absolutely horrendous. Now, I'm going to start looking at building some of the other buildings, and I do think a chapel is an important one, or any mode of worship. Any form of worship, along with the graveyard for us to bury our citizens. Now, I do want the graveyard to be the church or chapel or whatever you want to call it. I want it to be fairly close to town, because obviously we're going to have our graveyard quite close to it, but we don't want people travelling miles and miles and miles. So what's the radius on this? Right, that comes up to here. This one comes to here, so we could have it over here if it'll fit. Yep, it does fit, and it's right in town, and we could do a little graveyard around it. Or what have we got around this? We could build a bridge and have it here, not too far out of town. It's not too far for these guys down here, though. Could go here. Oh, if we rotate it around that way, oh, it's going to be fun. Oh no, oh no, yes, that's it. Right, we're going to build it here. We're going to build a road. Oh, road connecting to the front of the building here. Oh. So let's replace that again. Road here. I'll connect that building up nicely. And then once that builds, then we'll start looking at a graveyard. Now we do need a cleric, and we do have a spare person, so there's our cleric. He now has a job. Gatherers, I'm going to add in 2 more of these guys. That leaves all of our people used up. What's this? Gatherers. We're at our food limit again. Okay. I've never ever had a game where I've gathered so much food. I'm actually quite shocked. And I don't know whether I should put down some houses and start splitting people up a bit. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna add in a few more houses, and we're gonna get stone houses. I'm gonna put one here. This will be used as chapel housing, and then I can add some more in next to that. Again, you don't want to rush rebuilding. There is no point. It will not help you in any way other than to stress you out and have nowhere for people to go to be fed. So there you go. That's 3 new houses going down. Our chapel is coming on very nicely. I hope by the end of this episode we can. I was hoping 50 citizens. We're at what? We're at 30 now. Quick maths. Yeah, we're at 30 now. We've got 19 adults, which is great. Now, are we going to get oldies? Anyone due to? Oh, we've got 37, 36. These are our original people by the looks of it. So we're still on the originals. These guys would have been here since day 1. Clothing, fair, tool, iron, job, fisherman, educated. Yes, yeah. These would have been our original citizens. So our oldest citizen is about 37. So we're doing all right. There is our chapel. Here is our housing. Now, where is the guy from the chapel living? Looks like they fixed it, but let's just double check. Yep, look at that, absolutely spot on. Who we got living here? Carl, he lives on his own at 13. Good on you, son. You've got your own house. You're already into work. You've already got your own house. He's doing a lot better than most people in the world right now. Right, guys. So, again, quick tip before we leave. Build nodes, make sure you're not conflicting your nodes with the areas, and by this I mean the yellow circles that go round. So that one ends at this tree here. If I click on this one, it ends just over. You're not over conflicting. If you built them next to each other, you just destroy it. So take your time, don't grow too fast, build nodes separated apart from each other, and have main buildings like chapels in a centered area along with storage units. That is it for today's episode, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in. You know I really appreciate everything that you do. Please hit the like, subscribe and notification button. And please come back for the next episode of Banished. For those who are interested, tonight I will be doing a video on Ark Survival Evolved, where we are finally going to team up and go and do the lava golem. There will be no items, there will be nothing. It's just we're all going to jump in, we're going to go for it. There's going to be no admin codes, it's just go, let's see if we can do the job. That will be released hopefully on Monday, because I already have a pre-video set for tomorrow, which I won't tell you what it is. You can find out on Sunday. It should be a live stream, it may be a record, but either way I'll still get it out on Sunday. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you on the next episode.